All right,
Ladies too.
AJ. All right, AJ. People often say "icy" is the easiest word to spell. I see why.
Bah! It took me a minute. That one took him a second to register in here. This brain's a little exhausted after this week.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool.
Oh man. Hey everyone. Today we're talking about how the future is now. It's Friday, March 20th, 2020. Welcome to episode 5 of the Ginger and the Beard podcast.
Oh yeah.
What's up, everyone? I'm AJ, aka the Ginger.
And I'm Reese, aka the Beard.
And this week's episode, we've got a topic that's pretty interesting. Hopefully, get you thinking. We're talking about some tech that we all take for granted every day, which is why the episode is titled "The Future Is Now." It should be really interesting. We'll spend some time talking about tech news, video games, and of course, we'll touch a little bit on the COVID-19 outbreak. It's kind of hard not to talk about right now.
Yeah.
How it's affecting us personally, and what some companies are doing to help ease the situation for some people who are stuck at home. So listen through that, man. It's gonna be exciting. So, how was your week, sir?
Oh man. First week working from home the whole week. You know? Do I have cabin fever? Not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, it's been interesting. I kind of like it. I'm saving money on gas, you know?
Oh yeah.
No
For sure.
tools. But you know, it's
How long? You have a long commute, right? How long is your commute?
it just depends, man. If it's a heavy traffic day, it could get upwards of 70 minutes, right? And
Oh,
yeah, and it's not like I'm going too far. I'm going like 16 miles.
oh my gosh, dude.
You know, so you know, it's bumper to bumper. It shouldn't you know, it's terrible some days, but not right now. Roll out of bed, put on a new pair of sweatpants, and get right to work. I love it. How about you, man?
Oh,
How's your
man.
week?
Mine was exhausting.
Oh no.
So exhausting. Yeah, it was hard, man. We obviously, I think I've said it on the stream before, but we have 2 kids at home, and Shayna, my wife, she didn't have the opportunity to work at home full time this week. She
Oh,
did
no.
towards the end of the week get to come home and spend like half days at home. So she was definitely helping out with that. But both of us were supposed to be getting work done, so that's the hard part.
Yeah. Yep.
So 2 kids, the daycare is actually still open. I have a 4-year-old. He turned 4 actually this week. And a 1.75-year-old, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it was exhausting, man. They're a handful to deal with like every day, anyways. In a good way. They're very active little dudes, and you know, I'm sitting here at this desk, which is awesome that I have to work from.
Yep.
But they require lots of attention, and I have to go see what that noise was in the kitchen, or go see why the little one's crying, or go see, you know, who stole what. Like,
Yeah.
it was hard to get stuff. And
So
in case anybody that I work with is listening,
challenges. Oh.
yeah, very much challenging. If anybody that I work with is listening, it was very productive, very productive.
Yeah. Same here.
No, I think my company is totally how do you say that? It's very understanding of the fact that everyone's kids are at home. I mean, my kids, I could still, like I said, take to daycare if I wanted to, but it's not really worth the risk, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But other people, they have kids who are, you know, in grade school, high school, whatever, or even college kids who like are stuck at home from their extended spring break. But you know, they have no choice. Their kids are at home regardless. So, you know, it's cool to be home, like you said, to avoid the commute in. But my commute is like 20 minutes on average, which isn't bad. Actually,
Oh,
it's
nice.
basically the same distance as you go, except for I get there in 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh. It's lucky.
Yeah, I cruise a cool 65 the whole way in.
Oh God. I think I don't even hit 50 when I'm driving ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But
Yeah.
so I mean, we all have a little bit of distraction in my company. You know, to kind of go off of what you were just saying, is a bit different, where it's like they're like, you guys need to be micromanaging your team way more, need to be having
Oh yeah.
FaceTime calls like multiple times a week and all that stuff. And it's like, it just seems like they don't have a whole lot of trust in us being a remote workforce. But
Mm-hmm.
I am very optimistic in people, and I think people are gonna take advantage, not take advantage, that's a bad words. I think
Well,
they're gonna see the benefits of doing a good job, and see what it could potentially mean for them in the future, and they're gonna do
yeah,
their best to be successful on a daily basis, and that's what I'm seeing right now. You know, I,
yeah, absolutely.
we don't need to
Yeah,
go to
no,
work.
yeah. Who needs a physical office? I mean, I've said it. I said it on some social. Maybe it was LinkedIn at some point this week, but somebody posted something up about working from home, and I was like, I'm one of the fortunate few who actually gets to work from home. If you think about it that way, some people don't have the option to work from home.
True.
Bartenders, waitresses, people who work at our customers, dealership, motorcycle dealer stuff.
Nuclear power plants.
Nuclear power plants. You can't nuclear power plant at home. You can't do
No,
that.
you can't. Somebody's got to be Homer. Somebody's got to Homer it
Whatever
up.
you gotta be eating some donuts and pushing some buttons. But yeah, so I consider myself fortunate to be able to work from home, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. My company's the same way. Like the number of Google Hangouts have skyrocketed. I mean,
Oh yeah.
with our team, I'm doing 1 daily with my team. I'm doing 2 daily with like the upper management team. Um, amongst all the other standard like meetings that we have week to week. So it's kind of exhausting. I mean, it's good to keep people in touch. Like you kind of keep that connection, I guess, that face to face connection. Personally, for me, I don't really feel like I need it. Some people feel like
Same.
they, have lost that connection and they don't really know what to do with themselves. So they can't go walk to the aisle next to them and talk to their people. But for me personally, I'm just like, dude, I could sit here at my desk for 6 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever,
I
and
think
just crank out a bunch of work.
I think that and I agree with you. Yeah, I could just crank out a ton of work too. I mean, it's I get distracted if there's people around, but I think the whole style of being physically inside the office is like an archaic thing that's not going to always be around, right? You're going to see people that or jobs that are going to cut costs, cuz why pay for building rent or
So
office
yeah,
space, when your whole workforce can just pay for their own internet and work from home.
yep,
So,
yep, totally
changing
agree, man.
times.
I think it'll be interesting, and I feel like we're gonna be here for a while. I don't think we're going back anytime soon.
Yeah, same.
Um,
Fits in
so
with
yeah,
the topic of the podcast.
it does actually. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Future is now.
Future is right
We
now.
are we are working from home. My
Yeah.
granddad could never work from home. He built houses for a living.
Yeah. My dad worked in a plastic factory, so you can't make plastics inside your house. That's called
Yeah.
methamphetamine.
Oh, yeah. It's illegal.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's funny when some people we're getting off tangent now, but
I
if
know.
some people ask me like, "What do you do at work? What do you do for a living?" And like, I just don't feel like explaining it to them, or it's just gonna go over their head. I just say I sit at a desk and punch my keyboard all day. You know,
Yeah, I
basically
just
it.
face plant my keyboard. But
Yeah.
anyway, AJ, good sir, what are you drinking tonight, man?
Oh, I'm actually not drinking yet. It has not been opened, but check out this sweet label.
Oh,
Look
I
at this
love
pudgy
it.
little guy.
Look at
Look at this
him.
pudgy little. I think he's supposed to be Cupid. I think that's what
Oh,
it
I
is.
see the wing. I
Bow
see
and
the
a bow.
wing.
Yeah,
Yep, in
there's
the
a
bow.
bow here, and then
Oh,
it's
nice.
appropriately labeled Bitter Valentine.
Ah.
This is an IPA. I assume releases around Valentine's Day. I honestly can't tell you. But it's from Aleworks, which is in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Ooh, dude, so good.
Yes, I've had a bunch of Aleworks brews before. Here we go. I'm pour this in my non Aleworks glass. This is actually a New Belgium glass.
There you go.
Um,
Oh,
no pressure.
yes.
Pour appropriately on camera.
45 degrees, 45 degrees. Tilt
Yes,
it, tilt
and the
it.
tilt. Oh yes. Look, that was a pretty good pour.
Yeah, that was awesome. Very nice.
So
Ah,
I'm,
dude,
I'm
that
gonna wait
looks
for that head.
delicious.
I'm gonna wait for that head to cool down for a second, and then I'll report back. But I'm
It's
excited. It's got
refreshing.
really good reviews on the interwebs. So I'm excited.
Okay.
How about you, sir? What are you
Um,
drinking?
I'm
Sure.
sticking with the Irish theme this week, and we got O'Connor's Nitro Otis Stout, and so
Oh,
and so let's go ahead and pour this baby out real quick.
another nitro. You had a nitro last week.
I know, I'm loving it. I can't get enough of the nitros. Here you go. Here's another experience. Experience the pour.
Pour that one straight in there.
What if I dropped it? Like, how bad would that be?
That'd be the biggest fail. But at least the audio list, no,
Yes, there it
you
is.
could play it off.
As you can tell, it's not nearly as good as the last one. So this is
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Delicious.
you could tell you guys can't see it, but a good way to tell if a beer is high quality is if you look at the bubbles in the head. If they're all uniform in size, then it typically means that it was brewed with quality. You know, if the bubbles are all kind of different sizes all throughout, then that's a good way to tell that, hey, well, this one might not be as good of quality, shouldn't be paying so much for it because it's not a premium product. So this is O'Connor Brewing Company, Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, man.
I
Backyard.
got it exactly, dude. Exactly. I got it at Costco, I think is where I got this one.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm gonna go ahead and take
I
a sip.
love O'Connor. While you sip on that, I will say, if you guys out there listening have not tried an El Guapo from O'Connor's, you're missing out.
Oh yeah.
You can find El Guapo pretty much anywhere, I think. I don't know how far they actually distribute, but anywhere around my area, you can find El Guapo on tap anywhere. But it's an IPA. It's so good. How was that
nice.
sip?
It was nice, man. I gotta say, needed that after a long Friday at work.
Man, I need all the beers after this week.
Dude, yeah, no kidding. No kidding, man. All right, so do you want to go ahead and get into this?
Let's get into it. We
All
got
right,
the main topic of the
well-
day. We got some exciting transition scenes to share.
Let me hit you with that transition real quick. Be right back.
Hit us with it.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Hey, what's up?
Did the
Boom.
music play? Did it play? I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, it played.
Yes. Success.
We did it.
Last week we had some technical difficulties. This week.
I think we got it figured out, man. And then look at me. I'm gonna go change up the whole podcast platform that we use. Who knows? Fingers crossed.
Hey, it's episode 5. We're still experimenting, guys. We're still learning.
But we got better, man. That's the main thing. Getting better every time.
I feel like we've gotten better.
Love
You guys out there, let us know. And also, let us know, what are you drinking tonight on this fine Friday evening?
Yes.
No.
You
Send
should
us some recommendations.
you should hold up your beer and then say that again, and that'll be like a good little YouTube thing.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? We want to know what you guys are drinking. What are you drinking this Friday? Let us know in the comments below.
Very good.
So I feel like that was a pretty quality Instagram clip.
Nice. I love it.
Check us on hit us on the gram.
Hit us on the gram. Follow us on Twitter.
We do this for the gram.
It's all about the gram.
Okay. All right, guys. Ready to get into this main topic for the week. We're living in the future. And it's hilarious because we take so much stuff for granted every single day. We're just talking about this, about working from home and talking about using video chat to communicate with our teammates from across the country. Using Slack to communicate in real time and chat. You type some letters on your keyboard and they're across the globe in instant.
It's
we're
crazy.
in the future. So Reese and I, the beard and I, have identified some things that we personally take for granted, some technology we personally take for granted every single day. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So shall I kick us off, Reese?
Let's do it, man. Jump right in.
All right. So when I first started thinking about this, I was like, what tech do I take for granted every single day? And as I sat there and I rubbed my beard and I pondered,
You could
my stomach growled and I was like, wait a second.
Oh.
Order some food online, except for the coronavirus. So then I got scared.
Oh no. Not like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Ordering food online is the one that I take for granted almost every single day. I don't order food online every single day, but I live my life taking for granted the fact that I could pull out my phone at any moment and order my favorite Chinese dish or my favorite pizza from up the street. Can you imagine living in a day? Well, we can actually, because we're old enough, us old guys, having to drive, having to drive to the Chinese restaurant,
Oh God.
and you sit there and you tell them what you want, and you sit there
Oh.
and you wait for your food to be finished, and then take it home.
Oh.
No internet involved. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine that?
My back hurts just thinking about it. Oh.
Yeah, sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did some research into this, and I was like, when did online food ordering actually start? Because I was in thought, and so I
Good
looked
point.
it up. I did not know this fact. I'm not full of these facts. I did some research. The first online food order was actually from Pizza Hut. Surprising, not really surprising.
Okay.
Back in 1994. So you and I, Reese, were 4 years old, I believe. I guess depends when in 1994.
Wow.
But 1994, that's pretty crazy.
That is. So
So
before that, people had to drive to Pizza Hut? They actually had to drive?
I mean, I guess you could probably call. You could call them.
Oh, got it. Yeah, call it.
You know,
Call it. That
call
makes
them.
sense.
I mean, calling's been around for a long time, I guess. For
Yeah.
paint.
What am I thinking? I mean, of course. Wow, though. You know
But
what?
still,
It's amazing because Pizza Hut was one of like the larger chains, right? And it's still one of the larger chains. I mean, it's a staple in the fast food market. And it's amazing that like McDonald's never like bought into that hype. You know?
yeah, yes,
Like
yeah. I mean, I guess you can. Can you order online McDonald's now? The fast food people are like kind of slow to the game, honestly.
no, you can't go to McDonald's website. You have to go to, Grubhub, which we're going to talk about, or Uber Eats,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
weird.
So yeah, Grubhub actually was founded in 2004. So I was 14 when that was founded. Pretty cool. I mean, that's I mean, in the grand scheme. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I was 14. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not that long ago. I mean, ordering through Grubhub is fairly recent innovation, and even more recent, obviously, is Uber Eats.
But think about it.
Because
I'm sorry. Good.
no, I was gonna say. I mean, obviously, Uber started as a transportation system. They're like, hey, we got all these people driving around in cars. Why not put some food in there and take them to people?
Yeah.
Get some more money.
No, exactly. It makes sense. But what I'm thinking, right, is 2004 Grubhub, right? Like, I didn't hear about Grubhub until recently. So if it
Yeah.
started in 2004, it must have just been in like just like one city, and then they grew from there, right? Because that's how Uber started. Uber was just like a
Yeah, I mean that's how a lot of stuff starts these days. It starts in the Silicon Valley and all these tech. Can't think of words tonight, guys. It's been a week.
yeah.
These places where technology happened. This is where they start.
I
don't know
thought
what
we
I'm
were
talking
living
about.
in a nice technologically advanced area too. And it's like,
You are.
yeah, but I don't think
you are.
Grubhub wasn't around here, you know?
No, probably not that early. But I feel like your area is a little bit more technologically advanced. You know, they get stuff, up in Northern Virginia, they get stuff pretty soon. I guess just because of DC. But
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, oddly enough, this is off topic, but Amazon's drone delivery service, if I don't get this wrong, the first place I think they tested it was actually here in Virginia, but it was like near where I went to school in Radford. I think it was in either Christiansburg or Blacksburg. Could be
Really?
wrong, but yeah, I mean, are relatively small towns. I guess I mean they're college towns, So I guess maybe the idea was, I'm not sure, but
That
yeah.
makes
So a
sense.
little off topic there, but I think living in the future, ordering food online, man, that's something I take for granted every single day. And not even that. Now you can order a pizza and you can track its progress as it bakes for you. I
So,
can't imagine. I should ask. You know what I should have done before the show? I should have interviewed my grandma, who's in her
huh.
early 80s, and said, "How did you order pizza when you were 14, Grandma?"
Yeah, no
Oh
kidding.
man, that would have been good.
She probably would have said. I mean, they had telephones back then, but they probably just walked, right? They probably just walked 5 miles uphill in the snow to get their pizza.
Both ways.
Both ways uphill, of course.
I remember being like a 5-year-old and my granddad saying that I had to walk to school bare feet in the snow uphill both ways, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
okay.
doesn't. How does what? How do you go uphill both ways? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Granddad, we don't live in West Virginia. Come on. We live in Virginia. There's not that many hills.
Yeah,
There's hills, not that many. Come on now.
yeah.
All right,
So
so
that was that one. Let's move on. What else did we
well,
take for?
well, I mean, it's just like I know I saw that and I wanted to go back to the Amazon thing, right? So they did a lot of the testing in the UK also. I don't know if you remember that. Um but I haven't seen anything else. Like did they just give up on it?
I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. I haven't actually heard anything about it. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search. Oh, the first thing that comes up is Prime Air. So I mean they have a website for it.
All I'm imagining is just being stuck in traffic for 70 minutes and just being like, "Hey Amazon, send me a McDonald's burrito," you know? And it's just like finding my car, like me like installing like a homing beacon in my car and it just finding it and, just hooking it up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Amazon was doing that thing. Amazon's tried so many. I guess kudos to them for like keeping it fresh and trying new stuff. But I mean, they went. All these people who follow this stuff are probably yelling at us in their cars right now. But they did that delivery service where they basically could get access to your house. I guess you give them code or whatever to your security system or your smart lock or whatever it is to let them in your house to drop your package off.
That's sketchy.
Yeah. And they also had the service where they could get access to your car and leave items in your trunk. So they have done a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I guess they're just trying to be innovative and trying to keep pushing things forward. So I mean, I guess you can't really blame them for that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like what's next though. Like if we're living in the future now, right? There should be drones. They should be working by now. I mean, I think it's fantastic that you could just order food online. Like that's pretty insane. You can
Yep.
go look at you can like, think about what we're doing right now. We're looking at inanimate objects, right? Things are changing somehow, like all of this stuff that's built into this computer down here is like causing motion to happen on this inanimate object in front of us, a monitor. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it
Like
is wild, man.
how can I see you and talk to you? This is literally, think about, like medieval times or whatever, ancient times, like they didn't have this stuff back there and they were just thinking about like gods and all this stuff. I'm not going to go down that tangent. What I'm trying to say is like this is telepathy. This is it right here. This is instant teleportation. I can see you. I can talk to you.
Witchcraft.
This is
witchcraft.
This is witchcraft. You know what? I'm going to go get my Bible. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think I said this a couple episodes ago, but people who are using Excel and I can't even follow what they're doing because they're moving so fast, their keyboard shortcuts, it's just wizardry. I call it wizardry.
Oh yeah.
It's like actual sorcery. I'm like, whatever you're doing, that's not real. You can't
Excel
actually do that.
sorcery. I love it.
Excel sorcery.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I'll show you some shortcuts. I'm an Excel wizard.
I know. I need to learn.
I can show you all kinds of fun stuff. Anybody, reach out to me. I'll show you. I could show you in 5 minutes how to solve the world's problems using Excel.
I need you to show me some stuff and blow my boss's mind.
Just
give me a promotion.
The end key and the shift key and the arrow keys will make your life so easy. If you just learn how to use the end key, the shift key, and the arrow keys.
I'm up for it.
Not even getting into the functions of it. But anyway, we're off topic. Let's talk about online shopping. Dude, Amazon, they're going to rule the world someday. It's not going to be president of the United States. It's just going to be president of Amazon.
President Bezos.
President, world leader Bezos.
Yes.
That's scary.
Bezos. He's gotten ripped.
Oh, yeah? It's that new girlfriend.
He got that new girl. Now he's got to get the muscles.
Man, Did you see that his ex only took like 20% or something?
Only took 20%. Like she can just like she could buy any house on the planet for 20%.
Dude, she could basically pay everybody's salary for like a year just on the money that she has.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, good for her, I guess. Yeah, Amazon, man. So we talked about Amazon a little bit already, but when you think of online shopping, you think Amazon. And online shopping, we all take that for granted. Do you remember the days? Let's reflect back. I like reflecting back when we talk about things. Reflect
Yeah.
back on the days. You're 10 years old, mid-November. Your mom hands you a Sears catalog and says, "Here's a Sharpie. Circle what you want."
Ooh.
And yeah, exactly. And then I circle like 46 things. She's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa,
You can
whoa."
get half of one of these.
You go through and you dog ear all the pages, stuff that's got circled. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You know, we're so accustomed to just pulling out your phone again. All these analogies of pulling your phone out. I guess you could use your computer too if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And finding literally anything you want on the internet. I mean, I'm talking about literally in this
Hey.
corona crisis right now. As we run out of things in the house, I'm like, it's too dangerous. We are not going outside. We are not going to the store. Find it on Amazon.
Don't forget this. Hey Alexa, order me some toilet paper.
You just set off everyone's Alexa devices.
Alexa, I need toilet paper. Let me help you all
ASAP.
out.
Delivered by drone.
Delivered directly to your throne.
To my bathroom window. I'm currently on the toilet, Alexa. I need it now.
Alexa, can I get 1 hour shipping on that?
Yeah. You stood on the toilet for an hour and you waiting for it.
Oh no.
Please, I'm gonna take it a step further. Please also send some wet wipes.
Oh no, not like this. Oh god. That's so bad.
Fun. Yes, I mean we've gotten so let's some history here. Amazon started in 1995, 1 year after the first pizza was ordered online.
Holy crap!
And obviously everyone knows it was an online bookstore at first. I did some research on that, and Jeff Bezos, the founder, did some research on his own and came up with like I think it was 3 or 4 different possible, I guess, focuses that he wanted to use his website for. And one was CDs, books, and I think there was the other one was like I'm not sure what the other were, but anyways, he settled on books. And then fast forward 20 years later, we've got 2-day shipping for Prime members.
Jeez, man.
2-day shipping. In 20 years, he's created the infrastructure, the back-end support, the software, the technology to give us measly people 2-day shipping on whatever we want.
Yep.
And now it's 1-day shipping. It recently changed over to 1-day shipping for Prime on some things, not everything, some things.
And he didn't have to pay any taxes last year.
That dirty rascal.
I know.
So can you imagine? Like, I should have asked my grandma. I mean, like, can you imagine? My granddad passed away a couple years ago, but he would be the one to ask. Like, did you think that we'd ever get to this point where you could find whatever you need from the comfort of your couch, or for him, his recliner, as he watched Western movies? You know, some boomers. I mean, I hate to use that word boomer because it's got such a negative connotation now. But like people our parents' age, some people don't even use Amazon. Like Shayna's mom doesn't use Amazon.
They might not have computers even.
Yeah, I mean she does. She's got a phone, she's got computers, but she doesn't use Amazon very often because they're not comfortable with it, I guess. Right. They don't like the idea of buying, so they rather go to the store up the street or drive 20 minutes to Walmart or whatever to get what they need. But I guess in this culture we grew up in now, as we get more accustomed to these new technologies, it seems like such an inconvenience. You don't have time to go to the store. When can you find time to go to the store? Especially if you live where you do, and traffic is absurd to get anywhere. Why would you choose anything different?
I know. I mean, honestly, things are so accessible. We order so much stuff from Amazon. It's fantastic, right? I mean, what can you not get from Amazon these days? Like, I would say almost probably half the computer parts that I have today all from Amazon, right? Things you can't get from things. You know what? You could get a washer and dryer. You could get a couch from Amazon. You can get everything that you need from Amazon, unless it's like something like medical. But even medical, like I had to order a knee brace one time. I got it off Amazon. How crazy is
Everything.
that? I think we're gonna be. Um, I just want to see like what's next for Amazon. Like what else could they do? Amazon Electric.
Mm.
Amazon.
You can't buy cars on. They should do Amazon Auto.
Ooh. You know what? It's
Amazon. You owe me some royalties, please.
Amazon. You better get back to AJ ASAP. Get back to the ginger here on this. He deserves a couple $1 billion for that idea. Thank you.
I deserve 20%. I need my 20%.
20%. Not even gonna sleep with him.
You can buy sheds. We were looking for sheds for our back for a while. You can buy sheds on Amazon, like full blown sheds. I mean, like some of the stuff I'm like, how do you actually ship this? How does it not cost you more than the shed itself to ship this thing to me?
Distribution. They go through a distribution service. Do you know that you could open up an Amazon store where you're just selling Amazon stuff on your store?
Really?
Yeah, you can get I'm an Amazon affiliate, right? Which it's extremely easy. You just got to go to the Amazon affiliate page and ask to be an affiliate, and they'll give you the affiliate links. And then
we would like you to promote our things.
Yeah, and then you just start your own website, your own marketplace website, and you just use all of the Amazon links, and then you get a certain percentage of the stuff that you sell. And then on top of that, have you ever heard of arbitrage? I'm going to go on a quick tangent, right? About how, and this does play into the future that we're in today, because the fact that you could stay at home and not even touch your product and somehow it turns into money for you.
I don't know anything about this.
So arbitrage is where you're buying from one market and selling to another market, right? And you're making profit off of the gaps in price between those two markets. So you could literally go on Amazon, or you could go on another website, like let's say, I'm trying to throw out too many, but like Home Depot, right? And you find like power tools on Home Depot. You go on there, you find them for sale, you buy them for sale, and then you go on Amazon, you wait a couple months, you sell them on Amazon at full price. Boom. How about, okay,
pretty crazy
holiday stuff, right? Christmas ornaments. You buy them in July for like 20% off, or for like 80% off, and then you sell them in November and December at full price. Boom. That's how easy it is. It's insane.
So why haven't we opened up our own storefront?
I actually have done it already. I made some money off. Yeah, I did it with like wasp traps. I found these wasp traps, like a ton of them, for like $4 each, and they were going for $12 on Amazon. So yeah, I just bought them. I bought them at the store I was at, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna sell these on Amazon. And so I did. I shipped them into Amazon. Amazon will do fulfillment for you. They take a little bit off the top. And
wow.
Yeah, so I made I made like $6 on every one of those. I bought them for $4 and made $6 on every one that I sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you sell all of them?
Yeah, I sold them all in like 3 weeks.
What?
I made I made like $200 doing that. So I mean, it wasn't like a whole lot. Like I bought up like the whole bundle of them at the store. It wasn't like a pallet or anything, but yeah. And that was just like walking through the store, just being like, oh, this is an insane deal. Let me see if I can make any money off this.
Man, now from now on, I'm going to be keeping my eye out for something. Actually, speaking of deals, this is actually a pretty good segue. This beer that I got, thanks to the coronavirus, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the coronavirus because it's terrible what it's doing to people. It's ruining a lot of people's lives, and people are losing their lives to it. But lots of stores are closing down, and there's a local, I guess, regional restaurant called Taste Unlimited around here. They have like 7 different locations, I think. But anyways, they were doing half off of all of their retail. I guess they were trying to get stuff off their shelves before it went bad, because who knows how long they'd be closed down. Yep. And their beer was actually half off, so we went and stocked up all kinds of stuff. Deal, but
you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. We should have went to like a mom and pop store and just stocked up on things. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes me sad because I'm thinking about all the like. There's this really nice bookshop. It's called Hole in the Wall Books. That's not too far from our house,
Mm-hmm.
and just a really small place. The lady just she runs it by herself, makes the money off of the sales that she gets. You know what? She's probably gonna go out of business.
Yeah, that is really sad. And I feel bad because a lot of people in my area are like, hey, support, or not just my area, around on the internet are just like, hey, go support your local restaurants and things like that. People are losing their jobs, they're getting laid off, they're whatever. Um, so these restaurants are doing like curbside pickup and delivery and all these things. And I'm like, yeah, I totally can stand behind that. But the virus can travel on food, right? So like if
Yep.
somebody doesn't realize they have the coronavirus, they're still working in the kitchen, and just by breathing the air, it gets on my pizza or my food, whatever food it is. I could still get it. Like it's not really worth the risk. Like I feel really bad because I can't really support, these restaurants and things like that. I mean, we have a place up the street called Pembroke Pizza that the people in there are like the nicest people on the planet,
Yeah.
and we go and get pizza and different things from them. But I just can't risk my family's health to support you guys if there's a chance, even a small chance, that somebody infected is in that restaurant, breathed on that food.
Yeah, dude.
It is sad. It really is sad what it's doing to a lot of different people. I mean, not just the business owners themselves, but people who work there and depend on that paycheck. I mean, waitresses. Shayna was a waitress for many years while we were in college. And they get paid like $2 an hour or something like that. They depend on tips and depend on hours they get to work. So it's really sad to see those people kind of out of work temporarily.
Mm. Yep. It's gonna be long lasting. So.
Yep. So, anyways, shall we move on?
Yeah, I think so. I think let's talk about what would you do? What would you do if you didn't have your phone to tell you how to navigate?
Well, I wish my wife could chime in right now, and maybe she can in the chat.
Oh no.
She would tell you that I would be lost. I probably wouldn't find my way home tonight or tomorrow.
I wouldn't either.
I live in Virginia Beach. I've lived in Virginia Beach for almost 8 years.
Yeah.
And I swear, sometimes I go to the same Target or whatever, and I get confused on the way back. I'm like, which turn? Is it this turn? This turn or is the next turn? This next one? And every time she's like looking at me like, how do you not know where you're going? She's like, they've done the same trip 15 times before. How do you not know where you're going? I'd be in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I need it, honestly. I mean, I know my route to work because it's literally the same drive every day. But,
Yeah.
like, I still struggle just, like, getting to the grocery store sometimes. Like, Wegmans is, like, a 5-minute drive. And, like,
It's so hard.
I have to put on my maps just because, like, I'm relying on it. Oh, well, here's another one. And then okay, I'm going to go on one quick tangent and then come back to maps. Do you remember before you had a cell phone, you remembered all of the phone numbers of your friends and parents?
It wasn't hard, Reese. I had like 2 friends.
Loser! I'm just kidding. I only had 3 friends. So, or actually, I don't think I didn't have any friends. Never mind. I didn't have any friends.
You had virtual friends though. You had computer friends.
I had my mom. She's my friend.
Your mom's always gonna be your best friend.
My bestie. My bestie. Yeah. So think about it, right? People used to know how to, like, I don't know. When I talk to older folks, no offense, people that are older than I am, right? They're always like, oh yeah, it's down there by Best Buy, right across the street from that other place. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, no, but I'll just put it in my GPS.
Yeah, exactly. But my favorite thing is when we're like, say my parents or in-laws or something are in town, and they're just like, how do you get to the beach again? How do you get there? And I'm like, you have an iPhone. Your iPhone has this thing. There's an app that's got a G on it. That's Google. You just type in the address of where you want to get to, and you're right there.
It's like a social thing, right? I think it's just like a courtesy to be like, hey, you live around here. How do I get there? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
even if they ask you how to get there, they're still gonna put it in Google. And if they don't, they're gonna get lost. You know? So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. The good
Um,
old days.
I'm not trying to. I don't think my in-laws listen to this podcast, but I'm not trying to poo-poo on them. But I remember this one time we had lived in Virginia Beach for, I want to say, probably maybe a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
And my mother-in-law and Shayna's sister were visiting, and they wanted to go to the beach while Shayna and I were at work. And literally where we lived at that time, I'm telling you, get on Virginia Beach Boulevard and just go straight. All you gotta do, go straight. And if you go straight too far, you are going to end up in the ocean. You will end up right in the water.
Oh no.
Okay? This is super easy. And somehow I get a phone call. I'm like eating lunch at work. I get a phone call and it's my mother-in-law. She's like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I'm on the interstate. I don't know which exit to get off of. I'm lost. Can you help me? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm
Oh
like,
no.
what signs do you see? What signs do you see? I think at this point she did not have a smartphone. So I had to coach her through how to get from. I think she might have been coming back from the beach, to give her credit.
Well, kudos
But
to you for being able to coach her through
hilarious.
that.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard because we lived like literally one turn off the interstate. So, but anyway, it's funny. But yeah, to your point, I mean, like if you again going back to our grandparents, I mean, like, how did you guys get somewhere that you didn't know where it was? It's like, okay, well, you had to ask somebody, and you ask Mabel, your neighbor Mabel or something. And she's like, okay, honey,
Mabel.
take your first left. You want to go past old Greg's house. You want to take your last
I'm old
right.
Greg.
Yeah, and if you get to the creepy murder shed on the left, you've gone too far. Turn around. Don't go to the creepy murder shed. Turn around.
Janice, turn around. You're lost.
So now you can just punch it in, and you'll never find the creepy murder shed. You just punch in the address.
But sometimes sometimes if you're looking at maps, right, and you go to like if you go to a city that's really populated, like when you're driving on the highway and you have to like take an exit and like it doesn't like it's not like explicitly telling you and it gets confusing. That happened to me one time. I was on my way back from my parents' house, who lived like five hours away from me, and I took the wrong exit. And it was the wrong exit because it didn't give me the opportunity to turn around for 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Stephanie can attest to that. I couldn't bust a Yui because it had the dividers.
Oh no.
So
That's
I know. So I had to go for 40 minutes before I could turn around. It was, well.
Okay. All right. Whose fault is this really? I think whose fault this is the guy who designed that road.
You know what? All I know is it's not my damn fault. Not user error. Not user error.
That guy deserves a nut punch.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with that.
So not only can you find wherever you want to go on Google Maps, you can actually see inside of buildings now. Like, what kind of world do we live in now? I can tour the hotel on Google Maps. Looking at my phone, I can say, how does this hotel look? Let me see what the lobby's like. Let me see what the weird elevator looks like. I can see exactly what this place looks like before I go there. When me and Shayna went to New York City, I guess last year for our anniversary, I think.
Yeah.
I could tour the hotel, not really tour, but I could walk inside the hotel using Google Street View and see what the place looked like. Like, how futuristic is that? If we're not living in the future, then I don't know what the future actually is.
I don't know why this thought popped in my head, AJ, but like thinking about that, like seeing inside of the hotel. Bad things happen inside hotels, right? We all know that. So topless
and good things.
And oh yeah, good things, absolutely. But like topless beaches, okay? Are the people that drive around? Hold on, now hear me out.
Hotels are good. Topless beaches.
I'm just saying. Are the people that are driving around in the Google vans, are they allowed to like take pictures of the topless beaches?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. If you go on Street View and you find, like, you see a person on the street, usually their face is always blurred.
So yeah. Pasties. Got it. Okay.
So everything's blurred. I actually saw this Portsmouth is a city near us, and I don't know why I was looking at Street View on Portsmouth one day, but there was this guy trolling the Google Street View car, and I can't remember what he was doing, but he like was doing some kind of hand gesture or something at it as it drove past. And I'm just like, that guy is so proud of himself right now. He probably has that printed out
Oh, you
and
know it.
mounted on his wall. It was not in the best neighborhood, so like this guy, it's probably his 15 minutes of fame.
Living in infamy.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
It's so funny.
All right,
Oh boy.
so I mean that gives us a short little idea of like how we can order, shop online, look at maps, but I wanted to just add a couple more things, right? The fact that we can use the internet to teach ourselves um basically like everything these days. You can go on the internet um and learn DIY to fix up your house, do your plumbing, even do your electrical if you really want to. You know, how to shoot a video, how to grow your own grass, how to deal with so many different things, right? Um, you know, in when there's these tools like YouTube or LinkedIn Learning, which used to be lynda.com, and then Skillshare as well, like all of those things that give you professional options for learning, right? And
Oh yeah.
you know, think about like Blackboard also, like the fact that schools can use Blackboard, like all of these tools, like you shouldn't even have to go to school. Like everything's online these days. Why buy a book? Why buy a physical book when you could just have it on your tablet? Like all of
Yep.
these things that they're archaic at this point, you know? You can go listen to a video online, take a test, and that's it. And honestly, it's
Yeah.
probably more interesting because when you're in a classroom and all you hear is oh, what is that? Oh, what is it? What is the Charlie Brown thing where they're like,
I was literally thinking that. Yeah.
exactly. Like that's not fun. When you watch a YouTube video, there's like colors and stuff happening and they make it interesting and
Yeah.
you're like engaged, and then after that YouTube video you're like, oh, I want to watch another one, you know? Like you don't get that
Yeah.
at school.
Yeah. To add on top of that, if there's one thing that I would like to learn to do, if I had unlimited time, if there were no time, like everyone says it, there's not enough hours in the day. Literally, there's not enough hours in the day. I can't get everything that I want to get done in one day. But if there's one thing that I'd like to learn, it's how to code a website. I mean, just code a
Boom.
website from scratch.
Boom.
So there's Code Academy. I mean, Code Academy is completely free. There is a paid version to get whatever extra stuff, but completely free, and it takes you step by step how to code a website, from simplest things like building a paragraph text to header text to whatever. Code Academy, I actually started doing that. I started doing Code Academy when we were in the hospital for Case, my youngest. When Shayna was in labor, you're in the hospital for a long time.
Yeah.
And I started doing it while I was in there. I got through like 2 or 3 lessons probably. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's like literally anything you want to learn. YouTube, number one, you can find literally anything you want to learn on
Yep.
YouTube. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You and I look
Languages.
at YouTube. Languages. You and I look at YouTube probably once or twice before each episode that we do this. We're like, okay, how do we get the audio to
Yeah.
work?
Somebody that's
Okay.
figured it out for us.
Yeah, exactly. So these YouTube saints are out there just teaching us everything.
Thank you, YouTube saints.
But yeah, I mean, Skillshare, lynda.com, which also I didn't even know lynda.com is not lynda.com anymore.
Well, yeah, I think if you type it in, it should take you to LinkedIn Learning. Or if you,
yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah, if you sign up for them, they'll definitely take you to LinkedIn Learning.
Mm-hmm.
I convinced my company to buy LinkedIn Learning for everyone, believe it or not. I did a demo of it for my team of like 5 people, and it worked. And so now my whole company has it, and it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have Skillshare. Well, we used to have Skillshare in the Bayard, but yeah, we used Skillshare. I've used lynda.com in the past. Actually, I used Lynda. One of my previous companies used Lynda, and I taught myself a lot about photography on there, just going through and watching tons of tutorials.
Yeah. There you go.
So It's
So,
awesome. Yeah, I
uh,
mean,
uh,
access to information is
dude, on your phone, there's a SQL app that is like a video game, right? And like as you complete like the different levels of it, you basically learn how to write SQL queries, SQL queries. Like,
nice.
oh man, I'm just, that's just fantastic. And then, real quick, right? I've already talked about DIY, but like, think about it, taxes, right? Before you had to go see the tax man, and he would have to draft everything up on paper, fill out the 10W40 and all that stuff. And now you got TurboTax. You got budgeting software that teaches you how to budget your money. And here's the final one, WebMD. How insane is that? You could self-diagnose yourself, and I'm not saying, now hear me out, right? And I'm not
All
saying
right.
that that's like the best thing to do, but if you're like panicking over something, you can at least go to WebMD and say, okay, well, here's what it isn't, because it's definitely not that symptom or whatnot. Because that's all medical doctors are doing, right? They're just diagnosing symptoms. Um,
Yep.
and so
And get
you
paid
could
big bucks.
get paid big bucks. Any, knowledgeable person with a decent IQ can, you're the expert of your own body, So you could go to WebMD and you could figure some things out for yourself. Now, of course, it's best that you go see a doctor. Go see a doctor. They're professionals. They've done this for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But to
Yeah.
calm yourself down, or at least give you an idea so that you're knowledgeable enough to go talk to the doctor about what you think's happening, then you should use that as a resource, which I think is just, it's amazing that we have that ability these days.
Okay. I'm gonna be like Bobby Boucher's mom. WebMD is the devil.
WebMD is the devil?
The devil.
Oh no.
Google is the devil.
Why?
All right. I just know from experience. You can see Miss So Heartless in the chat saying she uses WebMD every day. Yes, I agree with you. It is awesome that you can look in there and see the symptoms. And you're like, all right, it's definitely not the Black Plague. Okay, we're good. Black Plague, scratch off the list.
Yeah.
But my wife Shayna diagnoses herself with cancer every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
She's like, my head hurts. I got this weird pain in my kneecap. And I looked it up. Kneecap pain plus headache equals lung cancer. I'm dying.
You know what? I've had a similar experience with my wife. Huh.
Oh, yes. Yes, our wives should get together. They should be friends.
They should be friends. They should be. I agree.
Oh, man.
But no,
But
I mean
yeah.
it's a useful tool, but again, it also could freak you out if you read something, because it's just a list of possible symptoms, and they'll list like all kinds of different symptoms.
Yeah, it's like headache, cough, fever.
Everything has headache associated with it. They
Yeah.
all have
For
headache.
me, it's like,
Oh, you stubbed your toe? You have a headache? Oh yeah, you stubbed your toe.
sorry, it's lung cancer. Yep.
It's lung cancer.
Yeah, so black lung.
Oh no.
Yeah, somehow you always end up at lung cancer. Doesn't matter.
It's just yeah. I hear you, man.
Like, for me, it's like, okay, do you have a headache? Do you have a fever? Do you have freckles on your face? Do you sometimes have red beard hairs? Yes. Okay. Oh man. All right. I'm dying.
Do you use the bathroom daily? Do you use the bathroom daily? It's probably lung cancer.
I do.
Oh jeez.
Do you poop regularly?
Oh no. Not like this.
Uh,
No way.
hashtag not like this.
Are you
That's
tired after a
episode.
long night of no sleep? You're probably dehydrated and lung cancer.
And lung cancer. It's always lung cancer. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for the tech we take for granted. I mean, there's tons of stuff. We could go on forever. I mean, look at this watch I'm wearing on my wrist right now.
Damn.
Currently,
we didn't even get into
dead.
We didn't even get into like wearables, you know?
No, dude. There's so much.
Tablets.
We got these PCs. We got tablets. We got smartwatches. We got freaking Bluetooth headphones.
We might have to do part 2.
I mean, we could do this all day, but those are the things that I literally take for granted. I'm a tech nerd, so like every time I pick up my AirPods or put on my smartwatch, like I don't feel like I take these things for granted. I know that I'm fortunate to have these things and can afford them and
Okay.
take advantage of them. But when I order my pizza from my phone, I take that for granted.
I see your point there. I do. I do.
Um,
I mean, I
but yeah,
take it for
that's it.
granted, like almost all of these things, because except for like the phone, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
I don't take the phone for granted, but like almost everything else, I just take for granted because I've always kind of had it, you
yep.
know? So it's just like it's just been there. Like taxes with TurboTax. Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine.
I
I
forgot. I was gonna say. Ironically, my tax lady, Shane and I's tax lady, her name is Linda, and
oh,
she's the best tax lady on the planet. She gets us lots of money back.
I wonder if
I don't
she
know how
has a
she does it.
website.
And guess what?
What?
She works from her home all the time.
Exactly. There it is. See, I wish I need to be a tax lady. Then I could just stay at
what
home.
what do you what do you aspire to be a tax?
I would, yeah, Dad, I want to be a tax lady someday. What? Yeah, Mom said I'd be good at it. Don't listen to
That's
your mother.
hilarious. Hilarious. All
Gosh,
right. Well,
you ready
I
for
think that
this
about wraps it
transition?
up. Yeah, so like before we transition, let us know in the comments below, what do you guys take for advantage for technology? Send us a comment on Instagram, on YouTube, send us a tweet, whatever it is. Let us know what technology you take for granted every single day. We're interested to hear about it. But yeah, now I think we should transition.
Transition time.
Hear the
I can hear it. And we're back. What was that, like a 5 second transition? My gosh, it's like I haven't seen
hello,
you guys in forever.
hello. Do you guys like our bobbleheads? By the way, there's some cleanup that needs to be done. There's some graphic cleanup. We're not graphic experts here,
I almost
do
kind
you
of
guys like those
think,
transitions?
like, on our main logo, we could probably just have that bobbing the whole time.
The whole time? Do you think
Yeah,
that would get a little? Maybe people would get tired of seeing that. I don't know.
I would just do it.
Maybe not.
I would just do it while it's doing it. I would just do this the whole time. Boop, 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 boop. Anyway.
Anyways,
So
it's
tell
time
me.
for technology news
Check
and gaming
time.
news. We really only
Check
have one
time.
tech story. To be honest with you guys, we didn't have much time to prepare for the podcast this week. This is a weird week, being at home all week with kids. So we didn't have a ton of time, but I did find one story that I thought was super interesting to share. And it's kind of in response. I don't know if it's in response to, but it seems like it could be. Um, Bill Gates has stepped down from the board of directors from Microsoft, focus on his philanthropic efforts, which isn't surprising because they have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and they've been doing their philanthropy for a long time. I think since 2008, he actually stepped down as CEO. I want to say maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Um, but he's been on the board of directors since then, and so he's always had a hand in Microsoft. Obviously, the CEO is Satya Nadella, um, but yeah, he's stepping down to focus on his philanthropic efforts. And I feel like this probably has something to do with the coronavirus a little bit. There's so many people out there who need assistance. He says in an article that I read from CNET that he's still going to be a technology advisor to Satya Nadella. So he's not completely hands off from Microsoft, but he is, again, not officially on board of directors. So I thought that was interesting. I thought I should share that.
Wow, man. That's crazy that, we're seeing that now. And it just man, it just seems like it is kind of weird timing with all of this, but I'm assuming that he probably just doesn't, he wants to be kind of far away from some of those responsibilities at this point during this time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel bad because you know that the stock price is going to plummet for Microsoft just like everyone else. Um, I haven't seen it in a
I'm sure.
while, but
I think actually I don't have much stocks, but I use the Cash Apps to buy a little bit of stock here and there, and I think it is definitely in the pooper right now.
I'm gonna just take one quick look at it. Microsoft stock. Because I mean, oh yeah, it's down. Oh, you know what? Oh wow, it's actually not too bad. It actually
Down 3.5%.
yeah, like, but it's actually
That's daily.
year to date. Yeah, year to date it is down overall. Okay, it's down 20 points year to date. Um, and then down 40 points in the past month. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Look at this chart right here. This is from the Cash App. We're not sponsored by the Cash App. Maybe
Boom.
one day we will be.
There
But
you
check
go.
out that. Check out that chart right there. This right here, if you click on it, was
Hold on.
kind of hard to see.
Let me share your screen. There we go. Now people can see it. Boom.
Oh, you're making it big?
Yeah, they can see it. It looks really nice, by the way. Nice camera.
Oh, thanks, man. Logitech.
Boom.
But yeah, that's like February 20th. It just started to plummet, and that's pretty much in line with you know, when then the news broke about, I guess, the Chinese kind of outbreak.
Those are your
So,
investments.
oh no, this is well, yeah, but it's saying like the stock price dropped,
Oh yeah, definitely.
showing you the decline. So
Bad.
pretty crazy.
Really bad. I'm gonna just show this real quick so everybody can see it. On screen, you go. This is Microsoft, and it's 180 down to 140, so 137.35. Pretty bad, gotta say. Not a good thing, but we're gonna come back from it. But anyway, I mean that's not what we were talking about. We're talking about Bill Gates, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's great. You know what? He's stepping down. It's gonna happen
man.
eventually. I
just,
need to call him up and see if he can help me. If he can philanthropy my life a little bit, help me out. Give
Yeah,
me
I just
some
looked it up. I
support.
went to their website actually, thegatesfoundation.org, and looked it up. On March 9th, they put out an article saying, or not an article, like an update, saying that the Gates Foundation and Welcome with two L's, I'm not sure what that is, are each contributing up to $50 million. And the MasterCard Impact Fund has committed up to $25 million to catalyze the initial work after the accelerator. I don't know what that means, but it's in response to an initiative to speed development and access to therapies for COVID-19. So yeah, it is in response to COVID-19. So I kind of do feel like his departure from the board
Yeah, that was
kind of in response to all the.
It was probably weighing on his mind, and that was like the, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. You know.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm interested. Like Microsoft is one that I've followed for a while. Like I used to watch their build conferences and things like that for developers. I was like an early adopter of the Microsoft Surface. I had like the original Surface RT back when it was terrible. It was a piece of garbage, but it was super cool because it was like a tablet that could detach from the keyboard, and that was like revolutionary back then.
Yeah.
But their hardware, and not to mention their software with Windows 10 has come so far. I really wish they could figure out a Windows phone. I don't know that I'd be a buyer, but I just would like to see it out there. I'd like to see I'd like to see a Windows phone back in the world, but in the form of like a Surface phone, something that's like high quality, first party hardware, something that people can actually get behind, and support.
I would like to see, instead of Android OS, I would want to see Windows OS on phones.
I mean, they had it for a while. It just didn't. It wasn't. I guess it wasn't good. Well, number one, I think the reason the adoption was terrible was their app store. They didn't have Twitter. They didn't have Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They had Facebook. Facebook was a lag. It took a while for them to actually get Facebook. Their app store was just complete garbage.
Yeah.
They had some good hardware partners. I think and it kind of sounds weird to say Nokia was a good hardware partner, but they had like the Lumia phones that had the crazy cameras, like bajillion times zoom and all that sort of stuff. But
yeah, sounds like
it
a
would
bad
be nice
business.
to see that.
Bad business decision, I think. I just feel like it's like, I don't know. I kind of just want to think about them just sticking to what they're good at, right? Software. Why would? Because if they're gonna put all that money and investment into making a phone, even the Surface, right? Like I think it's cool that we have them now, but I prefer just having like a normal like Hewlett Packard laptop, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really know where I stand on that. I haven't used a PC laptop in a long time. I'm not a PC user by nature until recently with my gaming PC, but the
Till we
Surface,
converted you.
yeah, right. You brought me to the Surface
Smited
hardware
him
is pretty
down.
nice. The Surface laptop is very nice. They do some interesting, unique things with their hardware, like the felt. I don't know what they actually call that material, but the keyboards that have like that felt wrapper on them
Okay.
feel
Yep.
more comfortable. Like they do some interesting things, and obviously their Surface with the Surface Pen, um, it rivals that of the iPad and the iPad Pro Pencil. So it's interesting, but yeah, I would like to see that
So
if they applied that Surface hardware to a phone, which they've been rumored to do for a couple of years, what would that actually look like? And I still kind of have a hard time thinking that people would actually jump ship from either Android or iPhone unless they came out of the gate strong, saying like, "Hey guys, we've invested a ton of our time in the app ecosystem. If the app ecosystem's there, people will move."
okay, good point. So two things I wanted to touch on real quick is um you're more it sounds like you value cosmetics
Yeah,
a bit more so than functionality. I'm only saying that in comparison to myself cuz I'm more focused on the functionality and the processing speed and stuff like that, and I
yep.
don't, mind so much what it really looks like or feels like. I'm getting a little bit more into that, but I value functionality. Like even with my mouse, I have, like 21 buttons on it and it's like clunky, but it's functional. And so then the other thing was that if they came out with like a Surface phone, I think it would be great to have that felt on the back of it. That would be like a nice little feel. Cause I agree, I like how that feels, and I think that cosmetically people would appreciate that.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
Until your face oil destroyed
yeah, that's a good point. Good
it.
point.
I mean,
Easily
speaking for myself.
replaceable. There's a whole market. Make a whole market for
Oh,
easily replaceable phone backs.
you know what they could do is Apple has their patented. I mean, not, but they have their fancy little silicone, $50 iPhone case, which is like extremely overpriced. But that's
Yeah.
another topic. Microsoft could do a felt case for the phone, and actually the Google Pixel, which I had, the Google Pixel 2 XL had that fabric.
It was like mesh, right? Almost like a mesh.
Yeah, I loved that thing, man. Except for it did wear eventually. The corners started to kind of fray a little bit. I probably still have it in a drawer here somewhere. I know I have the phone still. Um, the corners started to fray a little bit, and because I wear blue jeans all the time, it was like a light gray material, and it started to take on the color of my blue jeans
Oh
from being
no.
in my pocket. Yeah. Oddly enough, I could stick it in water and just like scrub it with some dish soap, and that color would come right out of it, and it wouldn't mess with the fabric at all, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, that would be interesting. We went down a rabbit hole, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you ready for our next transition into the gaming topic?
let's do it. Let's transition into another transition.
All right, let's do this. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Boom. 3, 2, 1. And we're back.
Hello.
Hello. All
Talking
right,
British.
so guys, gaming news. We got a couple for you, right?
Video game.
A little bit of game in your life. If you guys play Overwatch, I hope you're ready for the new character that they're releasing, Echo. Oh yes, Echo. Echo is an evolutionary robot programmed with a rapidly adapting artificial intelligence. So, not a whole lot of details released just yet, but my assumption is that it's going to be a character that uses electrical style abilities and like a hacking almost. Like I could see them being like some type of hacking potentially, mind control using artificial intelligence, you know. There's probably some other speculation. Probably have some type of like laser gun. Maybe they'll have a lightsaber.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We don't have many melee characters. We have Doomfist. You have Reinhardt and you have Winston. I guess those are all considered. Well, Winston's not really melee until he gets his
Genji,
ultimate. Genji,
right?
also not really melee until he gets his ultimate. I guess unless you count like the little swipey action he does.
But people tend to play him up close, right? In like melee or just like right outside of melee range, you know?
Yeah.
So this character, I think that'd be cool. Give him a lightsaber. Let him play up close. Make it happen.
I think that'd be cool. Doomfist is an awesome character, hero if you can get used to him. Oddly enough, he's one of the few heroes that I do better with on PC than on Xbox, which is weird.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Doomfist, he's a little bit OP, a little bit overpowered, but he's fun to play. I'm watching the video, the intro video for Echo right now, and yeah, it really doesn't give you much detail. And I'm honestly not one. I'm a huge Overwatch fan, and I played a lot of Overwatch in my day, but I never have really watched like all of the origin stories and things like that. So Echo, I feel like Overwatch kind of, or not Overwatch, but Blizzard kind of teases out their new heroes through these origin stories of other heroes. Like I think Sigma was in some of the stories and things before he was announced.
Yeah, I'm showing it on
I
screen.
just watched. Oh, you are okay. I watched through the video and it didn't really give you much information. So, Cutie Pie in the stream commented they want to know what class it is. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to think what was the last hero they introduced. It's been a while since I played, so I'm trying to think.
Doomfist.
It wasn't Ash. No, Doomfist was their very first.
Oh, really?
I believe. Yeah, it wasn't Ash.
Was it Moira? It wasn't Moira. Moira's been around for a while.
No. Toby. Yeah, Toby in the chat. My boy Toby saying Sigma. Sigma was their last, and he was a tank. So I doubt they'd put out another tank right now. And
that makes sense.
I'm assuming Echo is a she. Maybe it's a.
It's a she.
It's a she. Okay. Artificial. It's a robot. So.
Right, but the if you look at the stream, you can see her face. It's a she.
Yeah, the vibe I get is support. I get the support vibe.
As do I. I get the support vibe, but
I think the last one they introduced in support was not Bastion, Baptiste.
Baptiste.
I think it was the last. Yeah.
Huh.
So it could be time. It could be time for another.
I'd rather see more of a damage dealer, right? I just feel like, artificial intelligence. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, what they haven't introduced recently is like a long range sniper type. But I guess Ash kind of counts as that. She can zoom in, kind of like a sniper. But I'm interested, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. I want to see what happens. I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some of the guys at work through Slack, through virtual productivity.
Ooh.
Using Slack, talking about there's a gaming channel in Slack. So productive.
Oh no.
We talked about
you guys are clearly busy at work.
so much work, just a little bit of Overwatch, so yeah, so we were talking about Overwatch, and a guy was asking me, should I buy Overwatch? And I'm like, honestly, it's been out for so long now. Overwatch 2 is going to be released sometime in 2020. Don't think Blizzard has actually given an actual release date at this point. But if I remember correctly, if you have Overwatch and then you buy Overwatch 2, you automatically, or sorry, let me back up. Even if you don't buy Overwatch 2, you get the new heroes and you get the new map.
Okay.
I think I'm saying that wrong again. I don't think there are new heroes with Overwatch 2. People are yelling at me right now. Okay, you can put it in the comments.
Block them out.
Yeah, it's all right. The new maps that come with Overwatch 2, I believe you automatically are going to get with original Overwatch. I think it's what I've read. I haven't read on it in a while, but I believe that's what I've read. So when I was telling the guy at work today, I was like, you basically, the benefit to buying Overwatch 2 is that you're going to get improved graphics, and there's going to be a campaign mode, which I believe was a huge miss from the first Overwatch.
Yeah, yes, I remember now. That's what I'm the most excited for. Campaigns. Campaises.
Yeah.
Campaignos.
compañeros.
Campañas.
That definitely does not mean campaign.
I know.
I don't know what it means. It means something.
So
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Overwatch 2 because I do want the updated graphics. I do want the new maps. I'm not huge on campaign modes, but I would be interesting. I always thought from the minute I popped Overwatch into my Xbox, first bought it. Actually, I never did that because I bought it digitally. The minute I fired Overwatch up on my Xbox, I was like, okay, all this background stories into the Omnics taking over, or whatever it was, and these heroes rising up, and they formed Overwatch, and they saved the day, and then you jump into multiplayer. I'm like, but wait, so why are we all fighting each other? Why is Soldier 76 trying to kill Reaper? I'm really confused. I thought we were just rising. I thought we were on the same team here.
yeah,
I'm
doesn't
like,
make
where's the
sense.
story? How did we get to this? So I'm excited about
So we're gonna find out why.
it. Maybe we will.
Huh. Okay. Well, nice. I'm excited for that.
Yes.
In other news, Doom Eternal got released today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
$60 on Steam, or whatever platform you're trying to buy it on.
Take my money. Take my money.
Yes, take all of it. Take it, please. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit to buy it, but
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want to buy it. Oh, so bad. I got the other Doom that came out in like 2016, and it was amazing. And
I haven't played Doom since like back in the day. So I'm excited to try out a new Doom game. They've been advertising it pretty heavily on TV, and it looks amazing. And I hear so many people that I follow in the podcast world who talk about video games, like drooling over the launch of this game.
yep.
So I'm extremely excited.
Me too. I was watching it. One of the guys that I watch, his name's the VR Realm. Guys, go check him out on YouTube. VR Realm. He got the game for free because he knows some guys at Bethesda, and so they gave it to him, and he was playing it like 2 days ago on stream.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I was watching him, and I was like, it doesn't look a whole lot different. Like they didn't really change, like the assets so much. I mean, of course they made them look nicer, but it's still
Right.
all of the same assets essentially from Doom from 2016. They've just made it look better, and they've added new storyline. So like that being said, I mean, I could wait a little bit for Doom Eternal. I mean, I know it's going to be a fantastic game because I loved Doom 2016, but I'm okay. I don't feel like I'm missing out on too much. And if
How much is that game now?
the other one, it's probably like $20. If you want to try it out, I could probably let you log into my Steam and download it and play it when I'm not playing anything.
Might do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I haven't played Doom in a long time. And I always just remember the deathmatch. Like I don't remember the campaign.
Yeah, I think the deathmatch was pretty cool, but then they got rid of it at some point, or they did something to it where people stopped playing it, and
Oh yeah.
and then it was just mostly all you could really do was the campaign mode, and then they put it in VR, and you could do it in VR too. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, Doom Eternal, stoked.
I love like the art, I guess, like the horror sort of style, like these crazy monsters.
Metal.
Yeah, it's very metal, dude. I just want to listen to some death metal while I kill monsters.
Isn't it just so satisfying?
Except for satisfacting.
Satisfaction. Satisfying.
Except for I'm also like a little bit of a pansy, so if I'm down here playing like in the morning and I'm listening to death metal and playing a horror game, I'm constantly gonna be like, "What was that? What was that noise?
is that a demon behind me? Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry, that was just the washing machine.
Yeah. Whoops. So, also, guys, I gotta recommend this to everyone, right? Because Epic Games has been doing this for a while now. Just do it. Just download the Epic's game launcher. Every week they give you 1 or 2 games for free, and I've
For
gotten
real?
for free, free
I'm doing it right now.
55 with a free 55 discount. I've got about
Oh,
30 games from them now, all for free.
jeez.
You know, I would say probably upwards of $300+ worth of video games for free. So this week
Gosh.
there's 2 games for free, Stanley Parable and Watch Dogs. And you know, sometimes the games aren't really like, you know, very noticeable names, but this week
Okay.
the Stanley Parable and Watch Dogs are well known. They both did well. There's sequels to Watch Dogs. The Stanley Parable was like an overwhelmingly positive game. So
Wait, Stan Lee, as in like Marvel Stan Lee?
no. It's just like the Stanley, like
Stan.
yeah,
One
not
word.
yeah, just Stanley. Like his name's
Okay.
Stanley. Parable, and he's like an office worker. And well, I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Go check it out. Go check it out. It's free.
I'm literally, if I could share it, it would be done before I share it. Downloading it right now.
Are you really?
Epic Games. I'm downloading Epic Games Launcher. I've never downloaded it.
Oh, dude, you got to go download it. Here,
I'm doing
I'll
it
show
now.
you guys. I'll show you guys real quick. Let me open it up, and then I'll show you the glory. If my computer will work. All right, computer's not working for me.
That's what computers are good at, man.
Yeah, they're good at breaking my start screens. Like,
They're
Huh.
good at refusing to do their job. You had one job, computer.
this is a
You had
first.
one job.
One job. You failed. Well, I can't. I would have showed you guys my inventory of free games, but I don't even install them. Honestly, I just
You
I
just
just
add
have
'em?
them. I just have them. So like, if I ever get bored, you know, I have a list of 30 games to choose from.
Pretty
You know?
legit.
Yeah. So anyway, that was it. That was all my gaming news. If you don't have anything else, AJ,
We got some UFC to talk about.
we got some UFC. You ready for that next transition?
Does that mean we're at another transition?
Transition time. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming on back. 1, 2, 3, and we're back. Hello.
Oh, hey
Hi.
guys.
Hi. Did you miss me?
I can't wait to hear this in post. We need to figure out a way where I can hear the music.
I know.
We're just like, we're gonna have to YouTube it. We're gonna have to lynda.com it. We're gonna have to Skillshare it.
Yes. But in reality, I don't think there's any way. I'm sorry. I wish.
I need like a mixer on my end, so like as soon as you say go, I'm just gonna be like, beep, push the button and hear my own music.
I think the only way, you know what, we might be able to do it through VB Audio, actually.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
I know, but that's probably the only way. I would have to push my headset sound over to you so that you would hear what I'm hearing through my headset. But then,
And then
you
I
would
hear myself.
you would hear yourself, exactly. So you would just unmute it. You would just like unmute it when you wanted to like hear that part of it.
I think voice meter's also the devil.
It's such a useful tool. It's so useful.
It's so good.
You just
It's so
gotta-
good. It's free, but man, every time I try to use it, it wants to fight me.
I know. It's technology is a challenge. So UFC
Speaking of-
news.
Speaking of fighting, I'm trying to get better at these segues. I feel like segues are an area that I can. So
Insert-
speaking of fighting.
Insert segue here. UFC news. Go.
Yes.
All right. So Dana, Mr. Dana White, they canceled the Tony and Khabib. They didn't cancel it.
Yeah.
New York State Athletic Commission removed UFC 249, which is Tony versus Khabib, from the Barclays Center. They can no longer hold that event in New York. So they don't know where it's going to be right now. So Dana's looking for a new location. Fingers crossed. Uh,
New web series. Dana White looking for a place to fight.
look, I love it. Dana White looking for a place to fight. Oh yes,
He does
yes,
not want to lose that money. He's
dude,
like,
meme
nah,
that.
man.
Dude, meme that. You should take a screenshot of like the last news thing and just put those letters in there. Dana
Looking
White
for a place.
looking for a place to fight.
I just
Ah.
find like the title card for their other show and just like put a just carrot insert place to fight.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
that's
I saw
memeable for
that.
sure.
When I first saw it, my stomach dropped. I was like, no, it's canceled.
Right?
Cody's buddy gave Khabib the flu.
Oh, damn it, Cody's
Call
buddy.
Call back to last episode. Check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, the Barclays Center shut it down. I can't blame them. I mean, but why not just let them? I guess you can't like reserve the Barclays Center just for 10 guys to go in there.
No,
Smack
no.
each other up.
They're gonna have to go to West Virginia where there's only like one case.
I think that's what they should do. I think it should be backyard UFC. It's just
Oh, dude.
what if it's in Dana White's house or in Dana White's backyard? He just sets up an octagon in his backyard.
Yes. Dana White's backyard. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Oh,
They should definitely do that.
it is so cool.
Who
And
do you
it's not
think's
even on
gonna win?
pay-per-view. I don't know, man. That's such a good pairing because I've been watching a bunch of clips and a bunch of like fight replays from Tony Ferguson. That guy's just so unpredictable.
I know.
Like the stuff he throws, like these push elbows and stuff, where he just throws an elbow through your guard. Like it doesn't look like it's that much power, but that guy, he's pretty stacked, man, and he's got a ton of power that you don't see coming. But Khabib is just a monster.
I know.
I don't know. It's
Please
can't
don't
even
let them.
pick.
This fight has to happen. Damn it.
I mean, Dana White has said he's like, it's gonna happen. It doesn't matter if it's out of the country or what.
I don't care if
happen.
they both are sick and all of their limbs are broken. They're going in that ring. That octagon.
Yeah. I know Toby's watching right now. He's like, Khabib's gonna win. I mean, I don't really know. I honestly don't have a leg in the fight. I mean, to your point from last episode, Tony's American, so maybe I should have pulled for the American. But I kind of like Khabib's reign of dominance. Like it's kind of like the John Jones story now. It's like every time I see John Jones fight, a part of me always wants to see him win. I don't know.
As long as he's fighting non-Americans, he should win every time. I'm just saying, patriotism, you know? It is what it is.
Yeah, I can get behind.
I want the home team to win.
I can get behind that.
So
but I don't know. It's hard to call.
I agree. I just know that I want to see the fight. But
where are they gonna have it is the question.
Dana White's backyard. Call him up. Let's do this. I'm driving out there, dude. We're going. Let's do it.
Let me just hit up my buddy Dana White.
Hey, Dana.
He probably lives in a baller house.
He's probably got Corona. No, I shouldn't say that. I mean, anyway, and here's more terrible news. We're not gonna have anything to talk about for the next couple weeks, AJ, because they canceled UFC Fight Night 171, Woodley versus Edwards tomorrow. That's not happening. Postponed.
Sucks.
They canceled UFC ESPN 8 Ngannou versus Rosenstruck. I think that's next week. That's canceled. I think it's the 31st or the 28th. And then UFC Fight Night 172 Overeem versus Harris, which was supposed to be April 11th. Canceled.
Overeem was supposed to fight again already?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Did they put on a new lip for that guy? Did they attach a brand new lip?
Don't you?
The last fight,
right?
his lip got exploded.
There's no way that lip is like fully prepared, right? Or repaired, right?
I don't know. I feel like I saw some stuff after the fight, or not after the fight, maybe like a week or so later, and it like had magically healed. This guy's got some insane genes.
Are you serious? It actually healed?
Can I share my screen? I think the people need to see this.
Show it to me.
All right. Share screen.
It's all you now.
I am.
Oh
Sharing
my
the
god.
screen. Look at this monstrosity. Look at this lip. Oh my gosh. You guys are not watching on YouTube right now. I advise number one that you do. But number two, let me just explain this lip for you. Alistair Overeem got socked in
This
like
hurts my
I think it was
feelings.
the end of the third round. Who did this to him, by the way? I can't even remember who did this to
Rosenstruck.
him. That's who did it to him?
Yeah, Rosenstruck.
Okay. All right, so the fight was almost over. I think Alistair would have won it on a decision,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
he got caught with this. I think it was like a right hook or something, and just split his lip. I mean, from his lip almost up to his left nostril. Like that's how far up this cut goes.
Oh my god.
It's so graphic, man. It's so bad. But then check out this image. I think his lip. I can't make this image much bigger. But his lip like miraculously healed.
Pull that out onto another tab. Right click. Open in a new tab.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now zoom in on that thing. Control scroll wheel.
Oh yeah, look at these shortcuts.
Yes, sir. Scroll in middle mouse. There you go. How?
I don't know how.
How?
He must have a good plastic surgeon on speed dial. That's all I can say. The dude healed up. I mean, number one, he's a freaking he's one of the like freaks of nature in the sport. Like the dude's a freaking statue.
He is.
You know, so
Wow.
He probably has a plastic surgeon on speed dial, if I had to guess. They must have stitched him up pretty good.
Need to get some of whatever that guy's got. That's insane. That's so nice.
Must have put some stem cells in there or something.
How? I just don't understand how it's like already scarred over.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Wow.
But I can't believe he's fighting again already. I mean, I guess it was a knockout, right? Or did they stop it? I can't remember.
Knockout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a knockout. So I'm surprised he's already back at it again. But the guy's a monster. He's unstoppable. So.
Yep. Well, good for him. He's getting back in. That's great. Can't knock him for that, right?
Yeah, good for him. I love watching him fight. He's one of those guys where it's just like you never know what's going to happen. Any second, that guy could throw a bomb and put somebody's lights out.
Yeah. I think I'm bummed that all of this is going on because, you know, it's just the little things. Like, yeah, of course there's all the terrible things that are happening, but like, we don't get to watch UFC every weekend anymore. That sucks.
I'm curious what they're gonna do. I mean, they plan out fights so far in advance. Like, I'm curious what they're gonna do. How are they gonna make up? I don't know how they're gonna make up for some of these fights. Like, do they push everything back? Do they stop scheduling fights and just push everyone back 3, 4, 5 months? How do they do that? I don't know.
I think so. I think everything's probably going to get pushed back about, you know, maybe 6 months. Worst case. Well.
Yep. So some interesting stuff one interesting thing that I have seen just through the socials leading up to this episode is that it looks like Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker are trying to make a fight.
Okay. I think that's a great idea.
I think that's an awesome fight. I think that's a great fight. We haven't seen Dustin Poirier since the Holloway fight, right?
Dustin fought Khabib and lost.
Oh shoot, that's right. Right.
Yeah. That was the last fight. So I don't in my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea for Dustin to take that fight because he's fighting down against a guy that has a lot to earn, and Dustin has a lot to lose. I mean, Dustin's next fight should probably be Tony. Dustin's next fight should be the loser of the Tony Khabib fight.
Or should they give it to Conor?
I don't think they should give shit to Conor. Conor beat Cowboy. Cowboy's like not really that high up in the rankings in my opinion. I think Conor needs to beat Justin Gaethje. I think he needs to beat Tony. I think he needs to beat Dustin Poirier before they give him Khabib. That's my opinion. Here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna fight the winner of Tony versus Khabib.
Think so?
Oh, I think so. They're gonna make that fight, dude.
That'd be messed up.
It would be messed up. I think he needs to get one more fight under his belt before they give him the championship. And I don't think Khabib would take that fight. You know? So it's got to be Tony. Tony's got to win this, and then it's going to be Tony versus Conor. Conor's going to beat Tony, and then Khabib's going to come back and take the belt.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Got it all planned out, man. That's the next year.
So you think Tony takes this fight?
America.
Hashtag America.
Hashtag America. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how it plays out, man. It will be interesting.
I'm not going to put money on it. Just saying. America.
Yeah. I would love to see the Conor Justin Gaethje fight. I love watching Justin Gaethje fight. He's a very unassuming guy. Like, you look at him and you don't think he's that much of a monster.
Right. He looks like Homer.
He also knocked out Cowboy. I think that was a first round knockout.
Yes.
He's a beast, man. He's a complete beast.
I think he could have beat Dustin Poirier if he would have used his ground game, because he's an All-American wrestler.
Yeah.
And he never uses his ground game. How does that make any sense?
Yep.
I mean, Dustin Poirier is an excellent boxer. So
he's got such good hands. Justin
should have used his full MMA capabilities, and he would have won that fight. I still think Justin Gaethje has a good chance at beating Khabib. I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight before I see the Conor fight. Because Khabib's whole thing is taking you down and ground and pounding you, but he does it against strikers. When's the last time Khabib fought a wrestler? Go back and look at his last 5 fights.
Let's take a look.
If you go back and look at his last 5 fights, none of them are wrestlers. They're all strikers. So put him up against an All-American wrestler like Justin Gaethje. I mean, even Tony. Tony's a wrestler. I don't know if he's All-American, but I think he was Division 1. I don't think Khabib's going to be able to do to Tony what he's been able to do to like all these other folks.
Yeah, he hasn't fought a wrestler in a long time.
That's what I'm saying. So give him some adversity in the ring.
And looking back at this, they've been trying to make this Tony fight for a long time.
I think this is like
since
5th,
like 2016.
Yeah, I think this is the 5th or 6th attempt at it. So,
gosh,
yeah, man.
This is gonna be a good one. I'm excited.
I am too. But are you ready to wrap this up? I don't know if we have anything else.
I think this is a good time to wrap it up.
All right, guys.
We've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I did want to bring up one thing.
Okay.
There's a guy that I'm connected with on LinkedIn, and he commented on one of my posts where I shared the podcast. Shout out Zach Miller. And he asked, what happens if Beard shaves his beard?
That's not going to happen.
I'm going to respond back. I'm going to say, how dare you say the S word?
We don't shave beards around here. I have no reason to shave my beard. So yeah, it just,
I think I'm gonna Google beard wig. There's gotta be a beard
beard wig. Oh, there is definitely a beard wig. There's like that little like strap-on one, like that you could like strap around your ears. Poor choice of words. Poor choice of words. Whoops. But yeah, exactly. They got one for that. But this beard's not going anywhere.
That's funny. You put way too much effort in. You put way too much work.
Look at this thing, man. Yeah.
It's too glorious. It's not, you can't get rid of that.
My boss wants me to shave it off.
Oh, really?
But she's not allowed to tell me to shave it off. So we're good.
Did you tell her, don't tell him my business?
No, I didn't say that, but...
No, just kidding.
I mean, I shaved it off. I shaved it down one time because I had to give like an important meeting in front of a bunch of important folks. So I did it then, but now I think I'm probably past where I was at this point.
I feel like at this point you can dress up weird, like you know how you can kind of like dress up your jeans, like you can wear jeans but you can put a button down on with a tie, and you can put some nice shoes on. You dressed up your jeans, right?
Yeah.
I think you can dress up a beard. Like if you put on some nice clothes
Oh yeah.
and you just look well kept, you can dress up a beard. You can have
Yep.
a beard that's like down to your belly button. But if you look nice, you know what I mean? You can do it. You can pull it off.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, as long as you dress nice and your hair's done, that's the most important thing. Your beard, you have to do the right things for your beard. Like, this isn't just a beard that just grew out of my face, right? Like, this is maintenance. Like, you have to I'm sorry. You have to blow dry it. You have to blow dry it. You have to comb it.
You blow dry your beard?
Oh yeah, dude, you have to. If you don't blow dry and comb your beard, it's gonna get all knotted up and dreaded out, and it's gonna be all disgusting. You have to shampoo it. You have to condition it. You have to oil your skin.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have to put beard balm in it. I mean, dude, this ain't nothing to kid about here. This is serious work.
Mine I just let it do its thing. You know, I trim it up once every couple weeks.
You could stimulate the hair growth by using one of those badger hair brushes to kind of just scrape your skin.
What?
It's not like scraping your skin off, but like you use badger hair brushes to like, you know, comb your hair that you have and your skin, which causes your blood vessels to open up a bit and you get more blood flow into your face, which promotes healthy beard growth.
I've never heard of this.
Bro, you trust me, right?
You have all the tips.
I have the beard to go with it.
You do. I mean, you have the beard to back it up.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good spot to wrap it up. If you guys have any beard growing tips, hit us up in the comments.
Yes. If you have any beard growing questions, let me know.
Oh,
I'll be your beard doctor.
Hit up the ginger and the beard on Twitter.
Beard MD.
Cutie Pie in the chat says TF. I think that I know what that stands for.
Oh no.
Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. So that was episode 5 of the Ginger and the Beard podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like we had a lot of fun. So let us know what you thought about it in the comments of YouTube. Hit us up on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you're following us in all the places. Check us out, #1 on Apple Music.
Just don't follow me down the street.
Oh yeah, don't do that. That's just weird. And also, keep your 6 feet of distance. Keep your germs to yourself, people.
Double this right here. Double your arm length.
That's right. Oh yeah. But yeah, follow us in all the places. If you would like to support the growth of this podcast, please do leave us a 5-star rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, because that goes the furthest when it comes to supporting the growth. And also give us a follow on YouTube for sure.
And tell your friends.
That way, yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma. Ask your grandma how she ordered pizza when she was 14.
And let us know. I want to know.
And let us know. I'm very interested. But I think that about does it.
All right. Awesome. Well, adios until next time. We'll see you next Friday.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye now.
Parade wave.
Bye-bye. The fuck. Bye.